What's up, guys? Back here with another video, and today I want to try a new take on an old style. This is going to be a story time video, and man, do I have so many. Now, I tried doing story times in the past. I really did enjoy all of the little cartoons. I could draw little Easter eggs and just dumb shit, stick figure, copy paste crap. It was stupid fun. But it got no views, and I mean no fucking views. I don't think one of those stories, not one, breached 100. So let's try a different route with this. Let's do stories just face to face, in person, just me being me. Maybe that'll make them a little more real. I used to do it in that like Split, it's CBD Bro. There's a lot of other like just people who draw for them and stuff. Like that's cool. But let's be real, I was never a fucking animation channel. Come on, man. I can't even get my own artistic projects off the ground. Why am I going to be fucking with this one? So to get these stories out fast and to get a lot more content just on the channel as much as humanly possible, I'm doing this here. So let's axe the animations this time around and try to do a more personable story time. And I, of course, couldn't be myself if I wasn't in the right zone. I actually haven't smoked at all today, so we're going to fix that. I got some apple fritter here, just rolled this guy up, fixing to get started. I'm gonna like this, and we're gonna get into the story. I love it, man. This one is really slightly fruity and just a really smooth smoke, but this is my first of the day, so you know, there is a slight chance that there will be a little bit of coughing and but I got some water, so we'll be all right. I'm also out of incense, so like this room is about to get stanky. And this is one of the more like nicer smelling strains. I got some real dank ass shit over there, but I got to go to the store and get some incense like soon. Probably tonight, realistically. All right, let's get to it. I just can't stop, bro. Like once it's lit, it's like you gotta go. Okay, so I'm about 21 at the time, and a lot of people's first like, you know, drinking party, like you know the types I'm talking about, like this is you know, Friday, Saturday night, work is done, it's weekend time. A lot of people experience their first party like that in high school, but that's not the case here. Actually, I never even made it up to high school. I'm a certified 4th grade dropout, and that's part of the story times that I really want to get into. Is that I've had a wacky fucking life these last 33 years, and like I should definitely share some of that stuff, because I think there's a lot that people would be really, you know, weirded out to find out that like, wow, shit, you grew up like that? That's not what I was doing when I was 10 years old. Like, you know, I just feel like there's a lot of nuances we can work on here. But let's stick to the one story right now. If you want to see more stories, hit the likes, hit the comments, let me know. No more shilling, man. Let's get to it. But this was one of those like, let's just get fucking wasted type of parties. Like we were trying to get lit. And at the time, I didn't even smoke weed. I've only ever smoked it like occasionally. And we'll probably get to some of my first like smoke stories. But I was not a smoker, and that's gonna play in pretty heavy where this story's going. So speaking of smoking, man, this is gonna be me like the whole fucking video. My brain just works better this way. Like I said, it's that kind of party. We're talking 2-bedroom apartment getting crammed with like 40, 50 people. Like that kind of shit. So while we're, you know, me and my brother, we've never done anything like this. We never really had friends who were really too much into that. We've had like, because I'm 21 at the time, right? And I was drinking before I was 21, but not like drinking. I was like, hey, mom, can I get a fucking 6-pack next time we're at the Shell station? Like that kind of drinking. I was stupid too, man. I was drinking fucking Coors and shit. Don't get at me, man. You get what you can get when you can get it when you're young. You know what I'm saying? Oh, a big one. So I'm 21, and other than, the occasional shitty beer, all I've really had is a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of tequila. I haven't really experimented in the world of alcohol yet. I'm talking, I turned 21 like a month or two before this party. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is some real good bud, dude. Shout out to Base Smokes. A lot of the stuff I've been getting has been from Base Smokes lately. They're going to make up a huge part of my end of the year tier list. Oh, half the smoke disappeared. Now I'm scared. I should also mention that it's getting kind of warm in here, dude. Sitting around smoking is not the optimal move. I turn my fans off when I do like YouTube recording so I can get the most crispy audio I can without. But anyway, I'm out there. I'm working at this JC Penney, and we'll talk about that because this is the same weekend I got fired from that job. There's a whole fucking story there. But I was working at that JC Penney on like some special project shit, and I had been on it for like the past few weeks. Things were going all right. Get this one kid start working there, called himself Skinny. I don't even remember the dude's real name, but he called himself Skinny. And now that like I'm looking into the future, I can definitely see that him and there was a lady and her son living with us at the time when all this was going down, and like we'll just call her Valerie, I guess. We make fast friends with this Skinny dude. He's pretty chill. We had him over to our house once just to like hang out, played a little guitar, smoked a little bit, that kind of stuff. And again, he was smoking with her, and I don't think it was weed they were smoking. Like I already knew she was kind of a tweaker, but I couldn't tell back then. I was still pretty fucking ignorant. Like, there's a lot in this world that you just don't really see, and then when you see it, it's like, holy fuck. But I'm getting ahead of myself again. We need to focus on the one story. So Skinny decides he's gonna throw this end of the week fucking party. Just, dude, it's over. I got my paycheck. Let's get fucking lit. And I'm like, this guy's interesting. I like this. Let's do that. I've never done like a party situation. So we were working overnight. So we're out there in the parking lot at like 7 a.m. planning this shit. And I go home. I go to sleep. Of course, I oversleep. I wake up in the evening, miss my chance to go to the liquor store, okay? All the liquor stores are closed after 9 p.m., or there wasn't one, like, en route. I was in a dry county anyway, too. Like, I had to drive towards, like, Skinny's place to get the liquor. But whatever it was, we ended up not able to stop at a liquor store. And in the end, we stopped at a QT instead, and we just bought 3 cases of beer and a 6-pack. And we'll get into there. We had 2 cases of Bud Light, 1 case of Miller Lite, not even heavy beer, dude. That's how, like, not wise to the world of alcohol, like, we were. We were not fucking there. And we were buying 24 packs at a QT. We must have paid, like, $30 a pop for them hoes, bro. It was not good. Don't ever do that, chat. I just said chat, bro. I'm going to refer to you guys probably as all kinds of things. Just bear with me and listen to the story. Speaking of things you don't do, don't let your joint go out on the ashtray. It's got little joint holders, so it's really nice. I'm very expressive with my hands, so like I like to have my hands free. Ooh. So we got 3 cases of light ass beer, right? We got a 6-pack of Killian's Irish Red. And the only reason we have this is because this other kid who worked at the JC Penney, Ryan, I think, he recommended a Killian's Irish Red to somebody who had just turned 21 and was drinking Miller High Life. Okay, I'll give anything a try, right? So we get all this beer, rack up a fucking $100 watered down bread water. I don't even know if that makes sense. We get all of that shit, rack up $100 tab at the QT, and we make our way to the apartment. And apparently, not one motherfucker there has brought much of anything. There's like some Bud Light up there, hardly any shit in there. We come in there with 3 cases and a 6-pack, and Skinny, who was under the assumption that we were bringing a handle of liquor, specifically Jack Daniels, is what was discussed, but I never made it to the liquor store. Big old clouds now. You can tell my throat's all warmed up. I'm done hacking up a lung. So practically ain't nobody brought shit that I can remember anyway. And, you know, we're kind of like heroes coming in there with all that. But, like, the disappointment was clear. There was no liquor. And we were just like, fuck, it's a beer fest. Oh, double fuck, it's a light beer fest. It's going to be, you know, people running to piss every 5 minutes from all the Bud Light they've been drinking. It is what it is. They got a beer pong table set up with that initial Bud Light. They got everything kind of starting. Got music in the living room. And there's just, oh my God, like I've never been to a party before. The scene on, you know, young me's face when I walked in there was like, oh shit, we've entered that world. You know what I'm saying? It was very surreal. And this was kind of the weirdest, like, I'm gonna be real, guys. Now that I'm an older person, there were a lot more like tweakers and, you know, quite possibly fucking like white supremacists and shit in there than I remember or realize. It comes and goes because I can remember the night to a point. And yeah, I'm surprised my memory held up so good with with what happens, but we're getting there. And I need to finish this story because it is starting to get hot in here, dude. Like, it's going to be a really rough summer this year. A lot of my recordings, I'm going to have to figure out some kind of plan. So we're at the beer fest, quite possibly sus people there. They're bumping music. And this is the first time I ever heard these particular bands, but they were playing like a lot of Juggalo music. There was Twisted, which was, I think Twisted was still cool with ICP at the time. This was before all the beef. There was ICP, obviously. My first time hearing ICP was at this party. And I'm like, this shit is fucking... okay, that sounds interesting. It's different. And now I'm actually a pretty big fan of them. Like, once I went down the rabbit hole with, like, the original Joker's cards and shit, like, pretty good stuff, man. But I digress. We're in this dirty-ass apartment. I mean, like, they looked like, you know, stains all over the place. Like, you know, this is the kind of place that, like, I don't know if he made all those stains. It's just, like, that kind of ghetto, like, apartment style. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the lighting in there was bad. Like, it was kind of sketchy. So they had beer pong set up on the dining room table area, and then like in the little kitchen nook, they had, you know, some beers and junk like that. We went and put most of the beers in the fridge. I had my Killians in there. And one guy even asked about the Killians, like, yo, this is different. I actually really like this beer. You mind if I have one? I was like, yeah, go ahead. So as I asked him, like, whose is this? Oh, shit, it's mine. Like, I'd never had one before. And honestly, guys, I don't even think I got one that night. I think my first time actually trying Killians, I had to go get another 6-pack. I just gave them all away. Which is something you do, you know, you're in a good mood at the party, you're sharing with everybody, everybody's drinking, and we're gonna get to that part because I kind of screwed up some sharing. In between one of their, like, ICP duets, Skinny and his friends in there rapping back and forth, I'm just like, this shit's fucking okay. I'm on my, like, 3rd beer or so. Already starting to catch a nice buzz for somebody who doesn't drink on the regular. And keep in mind, I didn't wake up until, you know, too much more recently from there because we were night shifters. You know, this was our like lunchtime and I hadn't eaten shit that day. So like it was all about to explode. Like I set up the perfect storm of making myself look like an asshole. Here's what happens. Somebody's brought a little bit of bud because obviously it's a party. So they have bud and a little hand pipe. I've never really smoked much. The 1 or 2 times I did were really fun. I want to do it. So I joined the circle. And my brother's sitting next to me. I didn't know this at the time. He was smoking. Apparently, he was like actively toking, you know, not on the level I would say that I was, but he was having Valerie get him weed. And I was like, oh, interesting. This is all okay. I didn't know shit. That was all new knowledge to me that I found out way later in life after I got into cannabis, which is, it's Story times. So we're sitting there in the circle. Random stranger torches it, passes to me. You know, they got to pass to the left. I'm sitting on Skinny's bed. This is his bedroom. And then his other room was like kind of like a room he would use to do tattoos in, because he was doing tattoos on the side for money. But I'm sitting there, right? I get past it, and I just emulate the same thing the other person did, because I've never smoked out of a hand pipe. I've only ever smoked a joint. It would be passed to me in a fucking piece of paper. So this was new. Tiny little pipe, you know, like one of those cheap, like I would say maybe 4 inches, tiny bowl, whatever. So I'm torching it, burning my fucking thumb, you know how it is. And here's the thing. This person next to me already relit it. So by the time the bowl got to me, it was good to go. It did not need a light. I know this now. I know how to corner. I know how a bong works. I'm not the fool and ignorant boy that I was. So I'm sitting there torching perfectly good greens that are already lit. And then the owner of the pipe's just like, dude, you don't need to do that. Like, I know you're new to this, but because like she could obviously tell, like, oh my God, like put me on blast in front of this whole circle of fucking people, tatted up motherfuckers I don't even know. I know you're new to this, but like you don't have to do that. You're just burning the bud. I'm just like, oh, fuck. I pass it to the next person. I think it was my brother in the rotation. Like, God, I'm fucking stupid. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that first time you use a bong and you don't do it correctly. And I definitely have stories for that because it didn't go well. But I screwed up. I'm over there wasting people's weed. It felt bad. Like, I think the only reason I might have got away with it, you know, like, not, you know, even if probably even been allowed to join that circle was because we paraded in with fucking cases, you know? Like, we at least brought the drink. It wasn't good drink, but it was drink. After that sesh, I'm crossfaded. Okay, this is cool. I make my way into the dining room area. They're looking for beer pong competitors. I look at my brother, like, you want to go? Yeah, let's go. Thing is, they were looking for, like, partners, you know? They didn't want, like, the both of us versus the both of them. I think probably because we were obviously both faded. And they're like, man, it won't be a good game if we're playing against them, I think was the mindset there. It was like, we don't want to play against 2 sloshed guys. So we pour up the beers in the cups, which, by the way, like, don't do that. It is not fucking sanitary. Play with water. Keep your beers on the side. Make sure you drink. Especially if you're playing to drink, make sure you drink. Get, like, the 3 fucking beers to the side. And you have those as you go and fucking call them on it. Drink hard. Like, by the end of the game, clear those cans or the bottles, bro. You know how to play for real. Like, don't cheat the game. Have fun with it. But we're lit. It's getting started. The music's bumping. Crowds are starting to disperse a little, you know, like there's not any liquor here. You know, maybe people have like day jobs. We were night owls. So like we knew we were probably going to be up till sunrise. I sure as fuck wasn't, but some people were. So we're in this game and our partners are like showing us like elbow stuff because we're playing like fucking idiots. You know how it is? We're bad at beer pong, or at least I remember I was. Much better now. We've gotten real competitive. We have a championship belt. We get into it now. But we're playing, it's going well, you know, we're actually scoring one every now and then, like, hey, this isn't too bad. So my partner goes, you know, when they're sinking, like my brother obviously sinks one, and he's just like, ugh, because we're going back and forth, taking turns drinking them, right? And one time it goes, we get 2, and he's like, bro, I gotta drive later. And I remember being like, dude, I'm going to be the hero. It's okay, dude. I got you. I'm going to take all yours. I think he even wanted 1 cup once. And I took it out of his hand. Like, no, you got to drive, dude. And drank that fucking nasty ass pong ball on the floor beer. Hey, what's going on? I actually just took a phone call there. I trying to remember where I'm at in the story. And the last thing I remember was nasty beer pong water. So that's where we are. All right. I don't even remember who won the beer pong game. I just know that by the end of it, I was even more fucking gone. And it's just like, okay, what could actually go wrong here? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're where we're at. Wander into the kitchen, see this one dude, and him and his girl brought a bottle of rum. Now, this is, again, when you come in with some of the only booze at the party, right? You're going to kind of get a little bit of everybody else's thing. It's always good to bring stuff and be seen bringing stuff, and a lot of stuff if you can, because you never know who's going to skip out on, you know, pitching in for the fun. So we're in there. I believe he asks for a Killian's as well. And he's like, hey, yeah, talking about bringing the beer and stuff. So I gave him a beer. And that's one of the last things I remember aside from, having rum with the guy. There was a couple canned Cokes. So we were just kind of rum and Coke shotting, kind of black tooth, but not with whiskey. Like if whiskey and a Coke on top is a black tooth grin, like the Vinnie Paul, like Pantera, like black tooth grin, then that was like a fucking Jimmy Buffett smile or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of rum and a splash of that cola. And I've always liked rum and Coke. My first time trying one was at, I want to say 17. It was either late 16 or early 17. And I got to try vanilla rum and Coke, and I was like, God damn. Next thing you know, I'm on that spice rum kick, bro. I try to keep it on my bar. It's great. But anyway, to this day, I have no idea what this dude's name is. He looked kind of like McLovin, but with like longer, curlier hair. That's all I remember. But I remember we talked and we were like going back and forth. It was probably like anime or music or something. I don't know what the topic was. But yeah, I got drunk, dude. Like when the liquor comes out, I get like bro drunk. That's what everybody tells me. Dude, you're a bro drunk. You love everybody. Like it's not a great place to be, like mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like my guard was completely let down. Apparently I end up hugging this McLovin dude and having a few more rums with him. I remember his girlfriend getting pissed that he was sharing the rum with me, and like I didn't pick up on that. You know, I'm fucking slightly ignorant of a lot of things still. And yeah, that was pretty much the last thing I remember. The next time I came to consciousness, I was on the couch, closed my eyes. Apparently at one point I sat down and I went into nap mode. But what it was just this black spinning abyss, and hearing people talking and being like, this is not a normal place. Why am I here? Like I had my own inner voices telling me shit. Between that and the like, gory murder juggalo jams and shit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw up. So right before opening my eyes, I heard, and I could still remember, it was a voice, just a dude's voice, like, get him, like, check him, like, uh-oh. Like, not in a good way. He was like, hey, watch out, let's help this guy. It wasn't, like, malicious or anything. Next thing I know, bro, I'm grabbed by 4 motherfuckers, skinny, my brother, random tatted guys I don't fucking know. I'm grabbed by, like, 4 or 5 fucking people, dragged to the bathroom. Guys, don't ever fucking do this to somebody. They took me to the shower. They turned the shower on, put my head underneath the water to kind of like, here, get a breath of fresh air. You don't do that to somebody. The minute I went over. Dead ass fell into the bathtub, laying in the tub, fully dressed, shoes on, water covering me, getting fucking soaked. You fucking morons, dude. Like, I know drunk people can be stupid, but god damn, y'all need a better fucking system than that. Everyone's young and stupid at times, I guess, bro. It's just what it is. Waste not, want not, guys. Might smoke a little filter, but you're getting all your flour. But yeah, bad fucking idea. So, I'm wasted. I'm soaked from head to toe, socks, shoes, everything. I just need a place to fucking lie down. And I go to that little tattoo studio room and just fucking lay on the fucking ground. I don't think I had a pillow or anything. I think I just fucking crashed on the floor, closed the door. This is it. This is the fucking crash room. I'm dead. I need to sleep this shit off. Woke up hours later, fucking probably catching a cold, goddamn hypothermia or whatever the fuck, I don't know. The hangover was so fucking gnarly, dude. Like, I was just like, damn, I fucked up last night. This is like not after sunrise, because like I'd say it was somewhere around 8, 9 a.m. I get in there, and there's about 4, 5, 6 people in there. We got Skinny, Valerie, we got my brother, and then a rando or two. And they're in there crushing a warm case because the Bud Light got consumed all night, but the Miller Lite did not. So they're in there drinking warm Miller Lights. And I'm just like, how is this still fucking... Let's get out of here. We got dropped off to this party. We were not about to be driving. I should have mentioned that earlier. Like, we got dropped off. I was like, did you call our ride? Are we getting... what the fuck? My brother's like, yeah, they're going to be a while. Got shit going on, but yeah, they're going to come get us. I'm like, okay, well, fuck. So we're in there. I avoid the Miller Lite like the plague. I'm fucking starving. I didn't eat the day before. I don't know what the fuck I threw up. Just fucking beer, I guess. And I'm hungry, but I'm hungover. So it's like, I don't want to eat, but God, I need to fucking eat. So it's one of those really weird catch-22s. Like, you're stuck there. Finally getting to the end of this. I wonder how long it's actually gonna be. So Skinny's like, there's some cup ramen in the kitchen. You can go have some of that. I'm like, all right, fuck it. And he's like, he doesn't have gas, I guess, so the stove don't work. No microwave too either. I think that was busted. So he's like, how the hell do you heat this up? And he goes, oh, just make it prison style. Fuck is prison style? I don't know I've never been to jail. Make it prison style. Okay, how do you do that? Get that water, turn the water on hot, get it as hot as it will go, and then put it in the cup. It takes a little longer, but your noodles will still get soft. Turns out, it works. Go in there, though, all of these drunk, some stoned motherfuckers, they went in there and ran through his kitchen. Every last ramen destroyed, empty. Immediately he's like, dude, what the fuck? He goes in there, he looks, he's like, how you invite motherfuckers to your house, you give them a bunch of alcohol, you let them have fun, do what they want for a night, and they go and eat all your fucking food. That is so shitty. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I agree. I need to get something in my body, though. So I hit up my brother. I'm like, there's a taco cabana at the end of the block. Let's just fucking go. Let's walk there. Let's get it done. This was, after in there talking and drinking water and trying to fucking sober up a little for an hour. So I'm like, let's just fucking go to Taco Cabana, right? It's maybe like 10:30, 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. They have breakfast tacos and shit, but nah, I go in there. I'm fucking ordered. I don't even remember what I ordered for food. What I do remember was seeing that they had like an iced thing of beers, and I seeing like the Bud Lights and just like immediately wanting to throw up at the cashier checkout. Like, no. To this day, like, y'all know, if you've never had the taste of regurgitated Bud Light in your mouth, you never want this again. It will turn you off that beer for a long time. And like, even years later, when you're just crushing cans with your boys, you get an icy cold, fucking 29, 30 degree, whatever the fuck the really good beer number is for that kind of stuff, the gradient coldness where it's like slightly freezing, just a frosty bastard. You'll be crushing those with your boys, and you'll still, get a whiff of it or a fucking taste of it to the point where it's like, quick PTSD. Okay, no, we're back. Beers with the boys. And you'll drink it. You'll drink it just fine. Just don't go overboard, or you will have a complete fucking Vietnam nightmare when you throw up Bud Light again. Do not fucking do it. But we crushed the Taco Cabana. We went back. We got our ride home, and I regretted my fucking existence. That was my other day off on the weekend. You get 2 days off, 5 days on. And spent that day, like, resting, recuperating. Went to work the next day, and I was fired. Me and my brother, but that's a story for another time. Thank you guys for watching. This was a super fun experience. Yeah, I'm copying Dope as Yola a bit, just burning one and talking. But guys, this is what it's all about. I need to start doing me more on this channel, and you're going to see a lot of wild shit. I got lots of crazy stories about how I got here and the work that led me to even getting to this point. It's really crazy, man. I'm super looking forward to this. Like, these story times this has been a fun video so far. Thanks for being around. That's it. Watch more anime. See ya.